Join me as I put Stoic strategies to the test and see if I can win without fighting. But here comes the difficult question: can you actually win a conflict without fighting? That's what I set out to find out. Today, I'm putting Stoic philosophy to the test to see if ancient wisdom can help me stay calm, stay grounded, and walk away with my peace. And maybe even some respect. Let's see how it goes. Let's start with the basics. Stoicism is a philosophy that dates back to ancient Greece and Rome, with big names like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca leading the charge. People hear the word Stoic and think cold or detached. But real Stoicism is about strength, clarity, and emotional control. It's not about not feeling emotions. It's about not letting emotions run you. In a world full of hot takes, quick reactions, and online shouting matches, Stoicism offers something different, a way to stay calm, clear-headed, and focused on what actually matters. And nowhere is that more powerful than in conflict. Whether it's arguments with loved ones, tension with co-workers, or online drama, Stoicism can help you respond better, and sometimes win by not engaging at all. But here's the reality: most of us don't handle conflict well. We either go into fight mode trying to prove we're right, or we shut down completely and stew in silence. Both of those come from the same place: emotional reactivity. We feel hurt, threatened, disrespected, so we lash out or shut down. The problem? That kind of reaction usually makes things worse. Relationships get strained, work environments get toxic, and we end up overthinking everything afterward, replaying conversations in our head. Stoicism gives us a better option: respond with intention instead of reacting with emotion. Let's break down how with these strategies. 1. Emotional control. Pause before reacting. One of the core Stoic practices is emotional regulation, not denial, discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." That means your reaction is in your hands. Someone insults you, that doesn't automatically have to hurt. You decide if it does. Here is a real-life example. You get an aggressive text message. The instinct is to respond fast and hit back harder. But Stoicism says, wait, breathe, come back to it with a calm head. Is this worth engaging in? Can I reply in a way that de-escalates instead of inflames? That moment of pause. That's your power move. 2. Perspective taking. It's not always about you. Epictetus taught that we should always challenge our initial interpretations. Just because something feels like a personal attack doesn't mean it is one. When you step into someone else's shoes, things often make more sense. A rude driver might be rushing to the hospital. A short coworker might be dealing with personal issues. A friend who snapped at you might be carrying stress you don't know about. Try this question next time you're upset. What else could be going on here? It doesn't excuse bad behavior, but it gives you space, and that space helps you respond with wisdom instead of ego. 3. Focus on what you can control. Let the rest go. This is the heart of Stoicism. Focus only on what's in your control. You can't control what someone says to you, how they think about you, whether they apologize, but you can control what you say, how you carry yourself, whether you stay aligned with your values. Example, you're trying to resolve an issue with someone who refuses to take responsibility. You can't make them own up, but you can communicate clearly, set boundaries, and let it go. That's not giving up, it's taking charge of your side of the equation. 4. Humility over ego. You don't need to win. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." That applies to arguments too. Ego wants to win. Ego wants the last word. But humility? Humility is secure. Humility doesn't need to win every battle because it's playing a longer game. Peace, clarity, respect. Think about a disagreement where you knew you were right. Did proving it actually make things better? Or did it just add tension? Sometimes letting go of the need to win is how you actually win. You show strength by not engaging in nonsense. You save energy for what matters. 5. Practice voluntary discomfort. Train your mind. Here's a lesser-known Stoic tool: voluntary discomfort. Stoics like Epictetus believed in mentally preparing for discomfort, so you don't break down when real challenges hit. That might mean taking cold showers, fasting, occasionally sitting in silence with your thoughts, practicing difficult conversations in your head before they happen. Why do this? Because it strengthens your mental resilience. So when a conflict does pop up, you're not thrown off. You're already trained. You've practiced staying grounded under pressure. Here's a quote that always hits me when I'm tempted to fire back in a conflict. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In other words, don't become what you hate. Don't mirror the worst in others. Be the example. Be the calm. Be the grown-up. There's power in that. Real power. The kind that doesn't need noise to be noticed. 6. The dichotomy of control. Simplify every situation. Let's zoom in on one of the core Stoic principles, the dichotomy of control. This is the idea that everything in life falls into two buckets. 1. Things you can control. 2. Things you can't. It sounds simple, but it's life-changing if you actually apply it. When something stressful happens, ask, is this fully in my control? If not, can I influence it in any way? If I can't, what's the point of obsessing over it? Let's say you send someone a message and they leave you on read. Your mind starts spiraling. Did I say something wrong? Are they mad at me? Should I double text? Stop. Apply the dichotomy. You can't control if they respond. You can control how you interpret it and whether you let it ruin your day. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, life gets lighter. Conflict becomes less of a trigger and more of a test, and you're ready for it. 7. Amor fati. Love what happens, even the bad stuff. This next one might sound wild at first. The Stoics practiced something called amor fati, which means love of fate. They didn't just accept what happened, they chose to embrace it. Even the setbacks, the arguments, the unfair treatment. Why? Because they believed everything that happens is part of your path. Even pain can shape you into something better if you let it. Example, you lose a friend after a major disagreement. Instead of clinging to the bitterness, you can say, "This hurts, but maybe this is clearing space for something better. Maybe this is teaching me something I needed to learn." That shift from resistance to acceptance is Stoic strength. Amor fati is choosing to believe, this is happening for me, not to me. 8. Negative visualization. Prepare for the worst. Appreciate the best. Here's a powerful mental tool the Stoics used every day. Negative visualization. Sounds pessimistic, right? But it's actually grounding. The idea is to imagine things going wrong so you're not shocked when they do, and more grateful when they don't. Imagine someone disagreeing with you. Imagine not getting the apology. Imagine the conflict not resolving the way you hoped. Now ask, can I handle that? Usually the answer is yes, and if you've already mentally rehearsed it, you don't panic when it happens. Bonus effect? You'll appreciate peace more. You'll notice when things are going well. Gratitude grows when you're mentally prepared for loss. So let's bring this all home. These 8 Stoic strategies aren't just ideas to think about, they're tools to live by. They help you navigate conflict, protect your peace, and strengthen your mindset. Emotional control, don't react, respond. Perspective taking, it's not always about you. Focus on what you can control. Let go of the rest. Humility over ego. You don't have to win. Voluntary discomfort. Train your mind under pressure. Dichotomy of control. 2 buckets. Control or don't. Amor fati. Love your fate, even the messy parts. Negative visualization. Mentally prepare. Stay grounded. These tools help you stay centered. When the world tries to pull you into chaos, Stoicism pulls you back into clarity. If you've made it this far, thank you. Seriously, it means you're probably someone who wants to be better, not bitter. Someone who wants to handle life, not be handled by it. So here's my question for you. Which of these 8 strategies do you want to start practicing? Have you already used one that helped you through a conflict? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's build a conversation around real strength, inner strength. And if you want more on Stoicism, mindset, and real-world mental clarity, check out my other videos. I've got practical breakdowns, stories, and tools to help you sharpen your mind. Thanks for being here. And remember, you don't need to fight to win. Sometimes, peace is the loudest power move you can make.